Hello everyone. Thank you for joining Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium. This is April, and I had two videos up and then I got really sick with the flu, so this is my first video back. If I have to keep pausing, it's because I have to cough. While I was laying in bed for 3 days, I was thinking, ooh, let's do some experimenting. Let's be mad scientists for a change. What I was wondering is, we have all these pigment pastes that are quite expensive and we may not want a whole lot of it. So why don't we make our own? Well, everyone's making them with mica powders. And, mica powders always have a pearlescent look to them. And I don't always want pearlescent. So since today is February 1st when I'm filming this in the evening, I figured, hey, let's do some red and pink for Valentine's Day. So what I did, no, I'm not a pharmacist and I'm not making poultices or anything. This is a mortar and pestle, and I'll link it below, and I'll link what we're going to use below also. These are, what we're going to be using is soft pastels. They come in kits like this. You can get it on Amazon. This one I believe is like $8. I'll link it below. But it comes with all these colors. Let me get it open for you so you can see. It comes with all these different colors. And a big black and a big white. Because we don't always want pearlescent in everything. And we can make small amounts using these. I've already made the pink one. I'll put that back in this, there it is. I've already made a small amount here in this jar of one of the neons that came in it, the neon pink. You can see it's a pigment paste. We're going to do it together, and then we're going to try it. So what you do is you don't have to have a mortar and pestle, but it's easier, is you take your pastel. This is the small one because it's the small kit. Oop, there's still hot pink on there. And you shave you get it shaved down to a powder. Oop. It's not the easiest thing in the world. But once you get it down some, you can drop it in there and you hit it with the pestle. And then you grind it up. If you have an herb grinder or whatever, make you one. You get it to a powder. And I have a paintbrush here that I don't use for anything but cleaning up, so. Because I got resin on it. It's all foobarred now. And I wipe it off right away. Baby wipe and then alcohol on the baby wipe. Just to get it cleaned off. So it's going to stain it, but that's all I use this for, is to grind the powders up. The pastels, not, oh, that sounded bad, didn't it? And then you take it and you put it in a small jar, which if you want, I'll link the jars below too, so you'll have the jars. Or you can just get any jar as long as you don't use a UV resin to do this. We're going to try it in UV resin because as I've said before, I am the self-proclaimed UV resin queen. We're going to get it in there. Ooh, it's powdery. Get it all as much as we can in there. I'm going to go ahead and spray this and throw a baby wipe down in it. Clean the brush in there as well. use the brush to clean it, to scrub it out some, and it helps to clean the brush too. And Dollar Tree has these little paintbrush washer things. I've got some around here somewhere. I just don't have one in here at the moment. You can wash your paintbrushes in. We're just going to leave that soak in there for a few minutes while we get the rest of this done. All right, now that I've got that in there, we need a little bit, just a little bit of alcohol. I have an open one here. No, I don't. It's not open. It is now. Just a couple of drops just to dissolve it. You don't want very much. And I get the alcohol on Amazon, which I've linked before, but I can link it again, 99%. I think it's like $8 and some change. And you want to get it in there and get it emulsified, so to speak, into a paste-like, just to get it wet so it's dissolved. Scrape it off the sides, just like if you're mixing regular resin. And we always have some extra resin laying around that didn't get used. Now you can either let this dry out and then add a little bit of the Part A. As long as it's not the hardener, as long as it's just the resin and not the hardener, you can use it. Then you mix that together. Just like with any other pigment paste, you want to mix it before you use it, because it can separate, just like any other pigment paste. And there we have a red, non-pearlized pigment paste. Now let's put it in something. Let me get a mold together and I'll be right back. Okay, we got this one out. We're going to try this one real quick. So I've got 2 cups here because I want to try the red one and the pink one. Get another mixing stick here. So we're going to put some UV resin in the bottom first. We're going to do the small ones. May as well make a pair, right? Here we go. Hit it with a little bit of the heat. Noise alert coming. Noise alert coming. Bing, bing, bing. Just to get the bubbles out and get it moving, because it's quite cold in this room. This one doesn't have quite enough in it to cover the bottom. There we go. But we do have a couple of little bubbles in it, so let's get them out. Where did that little tool go? I just had it. Here's a pair of tweezers because I see a bubble over here. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm finally feeling a little better. First day I've been out of bed, really, since Sunday. My grandson loves me so much that he gave me his flu. It's lovely. I'm here to tell you. Noise alert. I don't like to use alcohol on my molds because it can dry them out. All right, so we're going to put this in here. Do a quick 2-minute on there while I mix the resin up, the 2 colors. We're going to do a little bit of red in this one. We don't need much. So if you don't want to go out and buy colored resin, UV resin, or you don't want to use a whole bunch of pigment paste in it, you know, there's always options. And I just was wondering if this would work. So we're going to try it. Be mad scientists, because we all know that I'm a little crazy anyway. Well, those that know me know that I'm crazy. Okay, so we have the red. It's already on the stick, so I'm just going to mix it up again and wipe it off as much as I can, because you don't need much because it's not much resin. And put it in there. Mix it up a little. It's semi-opaque. It's probably because I didn't get it off the stick. But we don't need much in it anyway. Because of it being UV, we want it to clear, to, you know, cure all the way through. You can put more than one coat on as well. I'm going to cover this up because I will knock it over. And that is not UV resin that I put in there, by the way. I put some old Unicone that I had. I just dipped it in, and we're just going to wipe it off. I may have wiped a little too much off of that one. Just touch it and put it in there. And I want to thank you, Marvelous Artsy, Miss Marva. I had to go and order that turtle today because that was the cutest thing I had seen in the longest time. And it was so adorable. Alright, so I'm going to do them pink on the bottom. A little bit in each one. About the same level. Nothing is perfect because we are not machines. Even machines aren't perfect. And some red on the top. Make sure you get it in there good. That's going to be kind of cute. Might even swirl it a little bit together before I stick it in the light. Hey, I called it the light this time, not the oven. We'll just leave that sit there. It's not going to go anywhere because there's not much to it. I don't want to use that. Here's a pointed one. See what I did is I just swirled the two a little bit. And we're going to pop it in there for 2 minutes. When that's done, we'll be right back. While that's curing, I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working on is quite a few of these little beach scene earrings and pendants. These are some teeny little bitty shells in there. I tell you what. And I could barely, well, focus, come on, you can do it. I got faith in you. There you go. Little bitty shells. And it's going to have a pinch bail on it. Oh, light went out. They hardened. Cool beans. Now let's top them off with a little clear. This will be a quick, short and sweet, to the point experiment, and we know it works now. Top that off good. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. That actually came out nice and vibrant too. I thought I'd have to do another layer. Dome it a little bit. Not to where it runs over, but a little bit. I don't see any bubbles. So we're going to stick that in there. So question of the day. Do you guys want to see just resin here, or would you like to see, to learn how to crochet? Would you like to learn how to do mixed media, scrapbooking, card making, decoupage? I love decoupage, and we could recycle all kinds of things with doing decoupage. Or just the resin. And I do UV and regular resin as well, but I also do polyurethane, which we'll get into that a little later in a couple of different episodes, because I found another brand that you can get that's a up to 30-minute cure, and golly gee willikers ma, you can make all kinds of things out of it in 10 minutes. So I'm just waiting on that to cure that, and I'll be right back. While we're waiting for that, I want to show you one of the little balloon dogs that I made, and guess what? It's a beach scene. He even has a little starfish in his legs. I don't know how well it's picking it up. There it is. It's got the sand and the starfish and the shells and the waves, the light water all the way to the deep blue sea. I thought he was just so cute. I had to buy four more of these molds because I love it so much. My granddaughter likes to play with them. She makes me make her Bluey and her sister Bingo because that's what she watches on Disney. I've made quite a few of them. I have some already bagged up for my sale this Saturday. Even have one with moss in it that looks pretty cool. These are just a few of them I've made. Okay, that's out. Let's look at it. It's cured. Ooh, it's warm. Look at that. Oh, I love the other side. How cool is that? So shiny. Well, there you go. We know that you can use pastels, the chalk pastels, or soft pastels is what they're called, with part A, or the resin part of leftover resin, and these ground up, and you can make pigment paste that's not pearlized. Now, there's nothing wrong with the pearlized pigment paste, but sometimes we just don't want it like that, and I think that's pretty cool. Well, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends if you found this entertaining or informative. So let me know what you guys think, and we will see you on the next one. Bye. Like Mama always said, if you can make one person laugh or smile every day, then your day has been worthwhile. And I hope I made someone at least have a giggle or a smile, or even just a grin, because it brightens your day if you do. Have a good night and stay happy, healthy, safe, and crafty. Good night. Well, you thought you were rid of me, but you weren't. I couldn't let that go to waste that I had made, so I went ahead and made the pendant to go with it. So there's going to be a necklace and earrings. It's good for the springtime, Valentine's Day, or even summertime because of the neon pink. It would be really cool if this were glow in the dark too, but I didn't do that. And I told you guys before, these mixing cups, which I will link below, I've used the same one for a couple of months now. All I do is I put it in the oven and cure it, or the light and cure it. There I go again with the oven. And then you crack it and you peel it out. That's all you do. And it comes out clean as a whistle. Here's the red one that I did earlier. And it peels right out. And it can be used over and over and over, because if you're cheap like me, or as my sister calls me, frugal, then hey, waste not, want not. You know, Why put it in the landfill when you can use it over and over? I like watching T and Art because of that reason as well, because she will continuously use a cup until it can no longer be used, and then it's done. But this is my sharing for the day, and this time you really are done with me. I'll show you a picture of this on the next video completed, or the one after that, because I have another one that I'm ready to do tonight. Thank you guys for joining Dragons and Dresses Craft Sortium. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys here again real soon. Good night. For reals this time. Bye.